Hold on. I just got to share. Yeah, I just got to share it really quick. We'll do that, and then we'll go. All right, guys, welcome back to the Evolution of Sports Talk Television, your post-game edition after your USF Bulls, the 24th ranked USF Bulls, take care of business, especially in the second half. In fact, 35-7. That was your point differential for the night as the Bulls cruise to a 63-36 win over North Texas, coming into this game undefeated. But absolutely getting dominated by the Bulls in the second half. So how do we start off this show here as we're live here from Tampa Joe's 9316 Anderson Road in Tampa. Three things: bring your passion, bring your excitement, just don't bring any nonsense. So yeah, ever since that 1 minute from halftime, it was all Bulls, especially in that second half. Again, the third quarter, it takes them 1 minute, 9 seconds to go ahead of North Texas there with a trick play from Christian Neptune, getting the handoff by Byrum Brown and throwing a great pass to Keyshawn Singleton, which kind of set the tone, right? And we talked about the Bulls' difficulties, especially in that first half with the 3 turnovers. But that defense tonight calls 5 turnovers by North Texas. We're getting ready to go out as it is official. We wanted to go a little bit early tonight because, again, they are closing out the Tampa Joes here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television, getting ready to get TJ Rives the media icon of the Buccaneer Radio Network, his thoughts on it. But we talked about it. It is all set up now in USF's favor as they go to 5-1. You play FAU next week at Raymond James Stadium. That's a winnable game, and you're looking good versus Memphis. So I want to hear from you Bulls fans tonight. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Again, final score 63-36 over North Texas. You look at the total yards by the Bulls, 580 total yards, 274 passing, 306 rushing. 306 yards of rushing. And, it was the tempo of that offense. I really think that's what it was. We could sit here and talk about the difficulties in the first half, but that tempo, especially that first drive, 1 minute and 9 seconds. And then after that, it was basically academic. It was Byrum Brown. It was the defense getting pressure on a quarterback coming into the game that had 11 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. And this Bulls team tonight showed you what they can do when you get pressure on a quarterback. 3 interceptions for Drew Metzemacher. So an impressive showing tonight by our USF Bulls. Let's go out to the comments here. Did they win? You better believe they won, Jim. Damn it, Jim. They absolutely won.
Damn it, Jim. What the hell is the matter with you?
Go FSU. Wrong show, my friend. Good for you. Yes and right. So there you go. So I want to bring on TJ Rives of the Buccaneer Radio Network, the media icon, hanging out tonight along with Mom, along with Richie, along with Sun Devil Dave. I mean, your thoughts. I didn't think the game was ever going to end at this point,
Let
right?
me say this. You have been hustling. You were out here pregame, which seems like it was a week ago, for this game tonight. And so I came and found you at halftime, which I think was about 3 hours ago.
Yes.
Halftime, it seems like.
Yes.
Long game, Sports Web audience. So thank you for hanging in here on the post-game show. But you can't say this enough. USF was devastating after some early turnovers to be down, as you were saying, 21-14.
Yep.
And then what did they score? I believe it was 42-7 eventually, that they outscored North Texas to just completely blow the game open.
Yeah.
And that, by the way, is a good team. I'm not saying they're a top 25 team, but they had North Texas wiped out, Washington State at home, who's bad. They had won at Army. They're 5-0, and USF toyed with them in the second half, Peter Blake.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. Not only did they have the trick play there with Neptune, and of course it makes it 28-21. You've got Sam Franklin. They rush for 11-yard touchdown. It's 34-21. At that point, then North Texas gets back in the game. So you're thinking, maybe they have some fight. We thought it was going to be a shootout, but credit to where credit is due. This defense tonight causing those turnovers, getting pressure. And
what did you say pregame? That Mastermaker, the quarterback, had 11 touchdowns,
0
no interceptions.
Yes.
He threw 3 of them tonight.
Yes.
I believe, did you say they had 2 turnovers all year coming into the game?
Something along the lines
1 or
of that.
2.
Yes.
They had 5 tonight.
5.
So, again, credit the Bulls because in every phase from about the middle of the second quarter on, they were impressive. And you legitimately now start talking about that matchup with Memphis and who is in the driver's seat for the Group of 5 college football playoff spot. Now, there's a long way to go.
Right.
No matter who wins that game, there's a long way to go.
Yes.
Because in Memphis's case, they still play Tulane, who's good. They still play Navy, who's good. And I think the Bulls play Tulane but don't play Navy. We got to double check on that.
No, they play Navy.
They play Navy, but maybe they don't play Tulane.
I don't think they play Tulane.
And so then there's also a conference championship game that you have to win as well. So stay tuned on what would happen. But that game is looming very large. 2 weeks from tomorrow night in Memphis. More than likely going to be a night game. We'll see for Memphis and South Florida, USF. How about first time in program history
Yeah, so
that
we'll go
they've
out to the
scored
front lines in a moment.
50 or more in 3 straight games? Byrum Brown, phenomenal tonight.
Yep.
A lot to be happy about. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
a lot to be happy about here, Bulls fans. Let's go out to Alex. Alex, welcome to the Evolution, your post-game edition here live from Tampa Joe's after USF in impressive fashion, 63-36 over North Texas to move to 5-1. Your thoughts? Go ahead.
Listen, just real quick. What the Bulls are doing this year is some underrated craziness that I've ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen a Bulls team look this good. But listen, I'm actually not here to talk much tonight. I want to give a shout out to Mr. TJ Rives. Mr. Rives, how you doing, my friend?
Just call me TJ, Alex. Always good to be with you. Whenever I heard Mr. Rives, I was looking for my dad, and I thought I was in trouble.
We call him the media icon, the human lottery ticket on this show.
Media icon, Mr. TJ.
There you go.
I wanted to give you a shout out because, listen, I listen to you every week on Buccaneer Radio, and you are the best.
Thank you. We love it. We're having a blast with that season. And Alex, kind words. Thank you for that.
We got you covered.
I just wanted to call. I just wanted to call. I really appreciate what you do, TJ.
Hang in there, Alex.
And of course, you too, Peter.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
All right, guys. Thank you. Have a great night.
Hey,
all right.
We've had a blast at Tampa Joe's here tonight.
Yep.
And you're going to be here for that Memphis game in a couple of weeks, and for the Buccaneer road games, the Monday night game with the Lions. This man is hustling with the setup. They've got great food here at Tampa Joe's, right on Anderson Road, right by Anderson and Waters. If you're familiar with the AMC 24 movie theater, a free plug, right off of Waters Avenue in the Veterans. That's where he is for these USF road games, these Buccaneer road games. And again, this team is the real deal. I mean, we knew after the win over Boise State, who's good, that they could have something. Then they go and they win at Florida.
Yep.
And then, I know Miami pulled away and wiped them out in the second half, but Miami looks like a top 5 team right now.
Yes.
And look at what they have done since then, Peter Blake.
I mean,
they've been rolling.
Well, they've been rolling, and Jeremiah Coger, a guy that we talked about last week, catches his first touchdown tonight, continues that, 4 catches for 94 yards for 2 touchdowns. And we talked about Byrum Brown and the accuracy issue. He missed the pass early on in the game. He didn't miss with Coger there.
No.
Yeah, he had 63 yards there to Coger for the touchdown, which basically puts the game out at that point. Yes.
Brown is a problem.
Yes.
I mean, because he's every bit of 6'4" and every bit of about 235, 240 pounds as a quarterback.
Huge.
And when he can get some touch on the ball, what a dual threat.
Yeah.
So, again, if you are a South Florida fan, if you are a USF fan, you have got to be elated with how this team looks, especially, again, when that North Texas team had demolished Washington State, had wiped out Army at West Point, and this was no contest like midway through the third quarter. They were already up by 28 points.
I know. It makes it 49 to 28 there with the pass to Coger, and he was wide open.
Yep.
I don't know what happened, busted coverage, and coming into the game, North Texas was strong against the pass. Not tonight versus USF. I'll go back to that play. What are you thinking before halftime? Because you're down, you have 5 seconds, you have no timeouts. Alex Golesh goes for it. Perfect play call at that point because you're thinking you'll have one quick play. Perfect play call. Eccles wide open in the end zone.
Great call.
I mean, I wasn't sure.
So you were here. I didn't come this way until halftime.
Right.
But I'm sitting in the Rives household going, kick the field goal. You get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah.
Just take the 3 points. You don't know how valuable that 3 might be later in the game. But Alex Golesh said to TJ and anybody else doubting him, you know what? I got something up my sleeve. We're going to get a guy wide open. And they did. And scored there, and again kept scoring and kept scoring and kept scoring.
Yeah.
So a great night for them tonight. They just missed the most points in program history against an FBS or Division I opponent. They scored 65 points in a game against Cincinnati back a decade ago in 2015. And they had 63 tonight and let off the gas at the end and knelt on the ball. Very impressive. What did you say? 300 yards rushing?
306 yards rushing total. And then let me go ahead and update that because it may be more. 306 yards rushing, And, of course, leading the
What
way.
they have in the game, right at 600 yards total for the game.
600 yards total there. Byrum Brown, 21 for 82, once again leading the way. Chase Garnett got an opportunity there, the freshman, because we talked about it with Norton going out with the injury there. You also had Sam Franklin go out for an injury, so guys have to step up. Chase Garnett, 6 carries for 74 yards. Alvin Isaac, 12 carries for 64 yards, and Davenport 7 for 36. And even the big man, the fat man there, Cole Skinner.
They got a fat guy touchdown down on the goal line as well with a big 330-pound plus offensive lineman.
Yes.
So a huge night for USF. And again, they'll play Florida Atlantic in the next game. Florida Atlantic is not good. Memphis had some issues with Florida Atlantic a couple of weeks ago, but ended up beating them by 3 touchdowns. Memphis is off this weekend, so all signs are pointing to that game, my alma mater, in Memphis in 2 weeks, 2 weeks from tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And the winner of that game now is in the driver's seat potentially for the college football playoff. What a job that Alex Golesh has done these last couple of years of putting the Bulls in this position. So they're going to be a big topic of conversation here over the next couple of weeks.
As they should.
With the win over Boise State and the win over Florida, and now what they have done since then, Peter.
All right, let's go out to the commenters here. Christopher Cole says, go Bulls, go Bulls. There you go, right there. Doobie Hauser says defense was optional in this game.
True.
I will give credit to where credit is due. Listen, I thought there were times where you had some broken tackles, and Game 5 is going on right now with Seattle.
The Tigers
Detroit.
and Seattle and the Mariners.
As we're here live at Tampa Joe's, I think the defense, once again, is very improved. In fact, let me go out to you. Is this the most improved facet, in your opinion, of this team is the defense? We were talking about Todd Orlando. Here's a defensive coordinator. Here's a coach that coached at Texas, USC. Seems like he's done a really good job with turning this defense around, because they were much maligned last year.
And they went and literally bought a couple of players in NIL as transfers.
Sure.
And it's made a difference. I mean, they won that Florida game as much with their defense as anything.
Yeah.
And that woke some people up. They shut down Boise State. And again, we can't emphasize enough, North Texas had been rolling offensively, and they were rolling in the first half of this game.
Yep.
But Todd Orlando and the defense made some adjustments late in the first half, and they were not much of a factor after that. And they got takeaways in this game as well. So I don't know how much more I can add to what we saw tonight. I know you got the commenters and maybe a couple of callers.
Yeah, a couple of callers.
Let's hear from you folks. What is the potential here for this USF team based on what we've seen with the offensive firepower, Golesh, and offensive mind? We're not making them out to be invincible. But I'm telling you right now, they can play with Memphis. They can beat Memphis in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then you're in the driver's seat potentially to go to the college football playoff. Let's hear what some of the peeps are thinking.
Absolutely. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Jim says, go USF. Jim Melvin, if the Bulls had no turnovers tonight, would they have scored 100? That's I think the game lasted.
Am I correct? They turned it over on the first 3 possessions or 3 of the first 4 possessions.
Yes.
And still scored 63 points.
Yes. In the first quarter, they had 3 turnovers, and they were able to overcome that. And we thought the game was never going to end. In fact, we thought USF was going to score 70. TJ actually had the idea, let's go ahead, get ready to go before the game was over.
Right.
Because these guys are trying to close up, of course. And, game is basically never in doubt at that point. Christopher Cole says, what was the line? Who was favored in the game?
North Texas was the short favorite by 1.5 or 2 points. So the odds makers took a beating. on this one tonight. And again, just looking at the Bulls' schedule after Memphis, they'll play Texas, San Antonio, UTSA at home. They play Navy at Navy. That's going to be a huge game.
Yep.
Because Navy is still in the mix, playing both USF and Memphis for the conference championship game and to try to win the conference. And the last 2 games are with UAB, Trent Dilfer, and they're not good.
Nope.
UAB have a losing record. That's on the road. And then Rice at home. You have a very winnable schedule besides the Memphis and Navy games at the end of the year. And you got to start looking at this stuff. right now for them. So great night for USF.
A great night for USF. Great night for USF Bulls fans. And again, once again, if you want to come to an away watch party, get down here to Tampa Joe's 9316 Anderson Road in Tampa and be a part of the evolution of Sports Talk Television. Basically, your own college game day locally in here in Tampa with all these TVs, with all the great food, all the great service. Mom came out tonight.
Yep.
Richie came out. Sun Devil Dave. So we have plenty of Bulls fans.
We were here for the Miami game, and you had a bunch of Bulls fans here for that one. Again, be here for the Memphis game in 2 weeks. I wish I could be here with you.
I know.
For that one on the 25th, but the Buccaneers are traveling to New Orleans to play the Saints. I may have to check in on video. Whatever happens that night.
Yes.
For Memphis and for USF, I might have to check in with you. But yes, great food here, and again, a tremendous location, kind of in the Citrus Park area of Tampa, right off of Waters Avenue and the Veterans Expressway, is where this is. Tampa Joe's. So. Again, come support this guy. He's hustling. He's getting it done. Anything else that we haven't covered? What else from the commenters?
We're gonna read some commenters. Are they still undefeated? They did lose to the Miami Hurricanes, so they are now 5-1.
There's no shame in that.
No. And listen, they played Miami pretty close. Would you say maybe
first half?
Yes, first half.
Had a long weather delay of about 90 minutes. When they came back from the weather delay, Miami kind of took the game over. They end up winning the game by 25 or 30 points, whatever it was.
Yes.
But Miami's really good. I mean, if we get to the end of this run for USF, and let's say hypothetically they've beaten my Memphis Tigers,
right,
and they've beaten Navy, and they've won the conference title game, the American Conference title game. That's a lot of ifs. And the only loss is to Miami, who's going to be in the top 5 or the top 10 probably when all is said and done.
Yeah.
What a season.
What a season
so
by
there's a
Alex
long
Golis.
way to go, but that's the lone blemish right now.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's go out to Sandra Nagel, watching the best sports talk show in the Tampa Bay area, the Sports Web with TJ. What a great game.
She's
Way
right.
to go, Bulls. USF, I'm here. Christopher Cole, big man Tutty right there. You got to love that.
On the goal line, like handing it to the fridge back in the day, 40 years ago for the 85 Bears when they handed it to the fridge.
Yes.
What's that kid's name? Cole Skinner?
Cole Skinner.
Great NASCAR name.
Yes.
And he scores on the goal line.
Look at this right here. The Greek himself. Great win for USF tonight. Good evening, gentlemen, including you, Peter. Leave some of the wings for TJ. We do have some leftovers, but the wings are all gone. You got to get out here.
We were here so long, Greek, we weren't sure if we were going to have pancakes with the Bulls, and the sun was going to be coming up, so we're glad they got it all wrapped up here tonight.
Yes. All right. Hey, calm down on the fat guy jokes. I know, Jim, you're a big hoss.
We have the affection for the fat guy touchdown. Whenever you can get a fat guy touchdown, I don't care how it happens, on a fumble return, a block, a blocked kick, a handoff on the goal line. We love the girth getting in the end zone.
You definitely got to love that. Great game, great game 5 tonight. Harry the Greek says, Jim, David, great second half by USF. Aiden, do you guys know how many passing yards Byrum Brown had? Actually, the correct would be 22 for 28, 245, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. And again, listen, didn't have the best.
The interception was early.
He had the interception early, had the fumble early. But besides that, I thought that he played very well with poise. And listen, the announcer reminded everybody, he has still another year. He can come back another year. So let's say maybe the Bulls fall a little short. Maybe he wants to come back. You've seen this kid. Don't you think he's developed better, especially with
he's improved throwing the ball?
Yeah.
And the world of NIL, where you can get $1 million or a couple of $1 million to play another year of college football.
Yeah.
That's an incentive. He's clearly a better thrower right now this season. Alex Golis has worked with him, and quarterback coach has worked with him. And again, the Bulls had a couple of injuries. Nimrod, their wide receiver, went out and did not return in the game in the second half. But they made play after play. I can't emphasize enough. It was jammed with a ton of students in Denton, Texas tonight for North Texas. That's about 35, 40 miles north of downtown Dallas. and they were ready to rock and roll tonight.
Yeah.
And they got off to the great start, and USF wiped them out. Especially in the second half of the game.
Yeah, so good stuff there. Thanks a lot for the comment. Again, open phone lines if you want to talk about your USF Bulls. Easy for me to say. 727-255-0391 at 727-255-0391. TJ, have you heard anything about the trade for Max Crosby? We talked about this off air. It's going to be impossible because $35 million you're going to have to pay. Max Crosby being thrown out there.
They don't have the salary cap room right now.
Right.
And I think if you're talking about a wish list, would you want a veteran corner right now with all the injuries that maybe doesn't cost that much if you could get your hands on one? If you were wanting an early holiday present, early Christmas present.
Yes.
We'll see what the Bucks end up doing for that. But, there's a lot to be optimistic about. Buccaneers playing well. You got the USF Bulls playing well.
It's a great time to be a Tampa Bay sports fan. And if you guys are not down here enjoying it with us, where are you at?
Wherever you're watching, it is going to get a lot of national notoriety as the next couple of weeks go by for that Memphis USF game, because the Bulls have beaten Boise State out of the Mountain West, and they've beaten Florida at Florida.
Yep.
And this win tonight, again, if you know college football, this is, there are some people taking notice of this tonight. Not just that they beat North Texas. This was not close.
No.
This was a blowout.
This was a blowout. This is complete domination. This was a well-coached team in the second half. Not that they weren't well-coached in the first half, but you made those adjustments, and it seemed like once again they put their foot on the pedal and didn't let up. It's been a long day here, I guess. The Buccaneers are favored by 3 Sunday. Don't be afraid to lay the points. Bet it early before the spread goes higher.
Harry, I had the Bulls on the 3 Dog Thursday show and podcast. I said they're going to win the game outright, and I was good with my hands behind my head and my feet up early fourth quarter tonight for that one.
All right, so let's look at some more numbers here. Defensively, I think that's the key. Taven Ward, 14 total tackles. Jarvis Lee, 5 tackles there. Once again, you had Jalen Schuler with the early interception. That was huge.
Yep.
That really turned around the game. And that's why it was so important to get back a kid like Schuler last year. When he went out with injury early, it really hurt this team. He's now galvanized them because he is a team leader, and he's a guy that is all over the field.
Check your notes because I don't have the name, but when the Bulls had turned the ball over and North Texas was driving, and I believe the game was 14-7.
Correct.
Who was the Bull that got the pick in the red zone and flipped it around, because then they got the momentum from there and scored the touchdown and retied the game?
It was Schuler. It was either Schuler or it was
tremendous swing sequence where North Texas at that stage of the game could have been up, I believe, 21-7. Let me double check on that. Yes, they were up 14-7 when the interception happened. When they turned it over,
and it's Schuler, I believe.
it was actually Isaac. It was Alvion Isaac who made the interception. Huge swing, if I'm not mistaken, in that moment, because it eventually led to a USF tying touchdown at 14-all.
Yeah,
when the game could have been 21-7 in the red zone.
I agree. I think it was Schuler. The guy who scored the touchdown, it was Isaac, but I think it was Schuler who made the play. You also had Jonas DeClona there, the transfer from Wisconsin. He had a big interception tonight. And then also in the second half,
defensive guys.
Yes. And again, this was a quarterback coming into it, and we continue to harp on this, that did not throw an interception. And
that whole year, in 5 games.
Right. And at times tonight, when you gave him that time that he needed, he was able to throw from the pocket. He's dangerous.
But I thought they rattled him.
Yes.
And when they got that pick in the red zone, it rattled him. He threw another pick when he got pressured later on in the first half. They got him uncomfortable. Again, credit Todd Orlando and the defensive onslaught, really, that they put on North Texas. I know you've been here a while.
Yes.
We're hanging here for a couple of more minutes.
Yes.
Again, we're going on and on about this. But you can't say enough that in 2 weeks, monstrous matchup with the Memphis Tigers in Memphis, a Memphis team that has already beaten Arkansas, a Memphis team that is undefeated, and is looking to also be in the college football playoff. One of these two teams is going to be the front runner.
And there's Sun Devil Dave right there. He showed up again. Can I get a teleport? You can beam me down to Tampa Joe's from North Carolina. Broadway was talking about coming here and getting the wings. You guys saw those wings, the boneless. You order the $30 sampler, and basically what you get is cheese curds, boneless wings, regular wings, pizza, quesadillas, and pizza.
You can't beat it.
And I'm full.
Come get the food.
Yes.
Come enjoy the sports web for the USF watch party, for the Buccaneer watch party. And the Bulls deserve your support right now. They deserve to have a decent, if not a really good crowd against Florida Atlantic coming up. What more do you need to see with what this team is doing?
I don't know. Let's go out to this guy.
Damn it, Jim. What the hell's the matter with you?
Jim, your thoughts here after the Bulls win in impressive fashion here, 63-36 over North Texas here, live on the sports web from Tampa Joe's. Go.
All right, I'm getting acclimated to the Bulls. What conference are they in?
They're in the American Conference, which is spread out all over the Central and Eastern time zone, Jim.
Yes, it is. You got to watch, man. You got to continue to watch.
I watch TV. I don't know if they stay out of their conference. Anyway, they got gold helmets. I know I got a lot of college fans or anybody with a gold helmet.
Yes.
So we're going to go gold and green.
Gold and green, and then it was all over the place tonight, especially that second half. And you like offensive football, this was the game for you. Yeah, I mean, and again, it goes back to this, Jim, and you're a big guy. Those big guys up front, they pushed North Texas defense all around all night long. And I get it, they had the tempo there, but it seemed like after that, once they got the lead,
wore them down.
Just running the ball, just wearing them down, body blow after body blow after body blow. And you have to have those big guys up front. So we love the big guys here, Jim. We love them here on the sports web. So what else?
I'm glad they got the dub.
Yes.
Bulls.
Todd Bowles said this. Hold on.
We got the dub, baby!
There you go. We'll play that. We'll play that there, too. All right, my friend. Appreciate you. As always, we'll see you on Sunday,
all right,
okay?
Jim.
All right, good stuff there. So we'll read the rest of these comments. I think we'll
get
out for the night.
Of here coming up. I mean, what more can we say about how impressive this is?
I don't know.
And
what
apparently the baseball game in Seattle may go until dawn and for breakfast because they're now in the 12th inning, still 2-2, winner-take-all game. Mariners and Tigers game 5. They're still rocking along. We got a couple more minutes here.
Yeah,
what else you
we
got
a couple
comments?
more minutes. Let's go to Christopher Cole. 5 turnovers by North Texas. Yeah, and it's not like it was just Texas committing them. This was defenders putting a hat on the ball.
Or picking it off or whatever they had to do.
Yep, Jarvis Lee comes to mind. He also had.
I believe it's correct. We said it earlier. They had 2 turnovers total in the first 5 games.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yes.
1 or 2.
Yes.
5 tonight.
5 turnovers tonight. And the quarterback coming in who had 0 interceptions had 3 interceptions. And that was because of what? Predicated off of pressure. When you get pressure, when you start to bring it, you start to feel it. Then you start to do things.
And they rattled him.
Yes.
They rattled him.
And they shut down the running game, which the running game was very dangerous coming in. They had a couple kids there. They had a long run at the beginning. But besides that, no running game. Kind of reminiscent of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and how they view defense. And Todd Orlando, stop the running game. We'll make you one-dimensional. We'll force you to pass. When we force you to pass, we're going to get pressure on you. We're going to cause turnovers.
And, by the way, with the tempo we're playing on offense, if we keep scoring, if we score 2 or 3 times in a row, you fall farther behind. You get demoralized. You're forced to throw. All of that came into play tonight. So they're a lot of fun to watch. Mrs. Rives, can I share it with the sports web?
Share it.
Mrs. Rives is an alumni. She was worn out. She's a school teacher. She went to bed. She's going to wake up tomorrow and see 63 to whatever and go, are you kidding me? And now it's going to be a house divided. USF Memphis, since I'm an alum from there. So stay tuned. Let's see what happens.
Yes, and by the way, they're showing wrestling right now. I know you're a big fan. At 8 a.m. in Australia, if this game continues, it may go on until that event starts on ESPN.
So they have the wrestling in Australia coming up
at
later,
8 a.m.
later this morning.
Yes.
U.S. time. which the Mariners game may or may not be over.
I thought this
Thankfully, the USF game is over, even though it took about 4 hours to play.
Well,
but again, just in summation, they were tremendous tonight. You've done a great job.
Thank you.
They have the home game with Florida Atlantic, and then you're back here in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from tomorrow.
2 weeks.
Tampa Joe's for the
Yes.
Bulls and Memphis. That may very well be a night game.
Yes.
Stay tuned on when they're going to put it and where.
We'll actually be back before that because we're coming back here on Monday Night Football for the
Lions
Detroit
and the Bucks.
And Lions and Bucks.
But make it a point to be here for that Lions Monday night game or for the Bulls and Memphis, which look like they're on a collision course right now in the American Conference, and one of them may end up in the college football playoff.
Any information on the running back for Franklin? I think
we didn't see anything.
Not really anything.
We'll wait to see what Alex Golish says after the game. That's one of the downside things they had tonight. They had a couple of injuries, but man, it was impressive.
It was impressive. All right, and the win should vault them at least to the top 15.
I don't know if they're going to get in the top 15, Harry, but they should be somewhere around like 20 at this point. The lone loss is to Miami. You beat Florida, who was in the top 15 when you beat them.
By the way, beat Texas.
And Boise State may end up sneaking around the top 25 before it's over with as well in the Mountain West.
So
and you beat them.
Yep.
And again, I keep saying this because I follow the sport. You do as well.
Yep.
This win is going to open some eyes on the road. Not just that they beat them, but they destroyed that team in the second half. Yep. And that was a 5-0 team, North Texas.
Absolutely. And they did have Merrifield, Jacob Merrifield. He went out with an injury there, but got a sack. And then you had a half a sack there by Scott. So that was good to see.
They got players.
They got some players. I mean, again, defensively, I think that's been the big turnaround with this team. I think it's been night and day. Again, a much maligned defense. You're able to make stops. I know people are going to look at the yards and some of the big plays, but overall.
But did you? What we're saying is, did you watch the game from the late second quarter on?
Yeah,
they dominated that game tonight.
Yep,
and on the road.
Yes.
So
yes.
Was very impressive. All right, my friend.
All right.
I think we've done about all the damage we can do here.
I think we can. I think we're going to get out of here. Final thoughts on the evolution of sports talk television.
It's going to be a wild day of college football tomorrow before we ever get to the NFL Sunday. You mentioned Florida's at Texas A&M. What do you got? FSU has got Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
As well as some of these other national games like Michigan and USC. That'll be fascinating to watch. For tomorrow, and in the SEC, Alabama at Missouri, Georgia, and Auburn. Going to be a wild day of college football, and then we get to the Buccaneers and the 49ers, and I know you're going to be live on the sports web before and after the game.
Yes.
And if you get this one for the Bucks, banged up Bucks, and banged up 49ers, but if you get this one to get to 5-1.
No Evans, no Godwin, no Irving. You got to do something for me. I've had you on the show before. I never asked you to do it. You got to say three things. You got to say, bring your passion, bring your excitement. Just
don't bring any nonsense, especially on Sunday.
Love it. Do it.
Listen, great work on the sports web.
Thank you.
And thank you all for hanging out and watching some of this in the postgame aftermath.
All right, for the great media icon himself, Mr. TJ Rives of the Buccaneer Radio Network, I'm your host, Peter Blake. Bulls win to go to 5-1. Next up, FAU at Raymond James Stadium. We'll see on the evolution of sports talk television. Three things. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time.
And it's a Bulls time tonight, too.
And it is the Bulls time tonight here. We'll see you next time on the evolution of sports talk television. As we always say, go Bulls.